John Tonje. Yes. An absolutely incredible story that I can't wait to share with you. Look, if you would have asked me preseason how the Wisconsin Badgers would do after losing their best two players, Chucky Hepburn and AJ Storr, to the millions of dollars in the transfer portal, I would have said there's no way this team even sniffs the NCAA tournament, let alone is top 2 or 3 or 4 seed in it. But John Tonje is the reason why. He's been the X factor for this team. He came in, like you see at the bottom, he's the 296th best player in the transfer portal this year. He was only a 3-star transfer. I would beg to differ now, and anybody who's watched him drop 30 in back-to-back games in the Big Ten tournament probably would disagree as well. This is just an incredible story. A true grinder. A guy who had nothing except his own work ethic and self-made man, and seems like a good guy too. John Tonje, how he went from freshman B team to Big Ten Player of the Year candidate, All-American guy, who's leading Wisconsin. Tonje, right? This is him as a sophomore, I think, when he played for Omaha Central High School in Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of great players from Omaha, may I say. But he's a Midwest guy, a guy that was overlooked. He was on the freshman B team. Like, I didn't even know freshman B teams exist. Probably 0.0001 of college athletes, even the most overlooked ones, were on the freshman B team. But he made it all the way to D1. Only had one D1 offer, and that was from Colorado State, which is a very good offer to have. That coaching staff with Nico Medved is very good. But yeah, even though he was great in high school, still was overlooked, 0 stars. And that's a common theme of this man's life. He's always been overlooked. But he's just grinded his way to the top, and it's undeniable at this point when you watch him play. He went to Colorado State. Once again, they were planning to redshirt him, but he proved everybody wrong at Colorado State. Stayed for 4 years, was a really good glue guy, 3-year guy off the bench, 2 years just off the bench, 1 year as a 6-man, and then 1 year as a starter for a Colorado State program that was really good throughout the 4 years. Obviously, they slacked a little bit in his lone year as a starter, where he averaged about 13, 14 points per game. But, you say at the end of those 4 years, he's a 6'5" guard who can shoot a little bit. That's not enough to get you drafted in this year's NBA, especially because he does not have elite quickness. He's not an elite defender. Needs something to prove. So he goes to play for Dennis Gates at Missouri. And lo and behold, he gets injured in a relatively small role. He gets hurt, uses a medical redshirt year, and becomes the 296th best player in the transfer portal. When you look at what's down there, it's a lot of guys that didn't even sniff playing time this year. A lot of guys that just transferred to mid-majors. A lot of guys that, I'll use the word fell off because, they did. But Wisconsin got a diamond in the rough here. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Tonje is an All-American this year. He's a ZVJ All-American. He's definitely going to be a national All-American. Big Ten first team received votes for Big Ten Player of the Year. And you see why. He had a better season than Braden Smith. I'm not saying he's a better player, but he definitely had a better season. He's a leader on this team, a guy that can go for 30 on any given night. Really good three-point shooter, really strong and physical driver, and can convert at the foul line at a prolific clip. He's shooting 91%. That's good for 6th in NCAA Division I. So he's automatic from there. Came up with a clutch strip of Jeremy Fears to beat the top-ranked Michigan State the other day. Tonje is the definition of a self-made man. He's very, very humble. Like, you would not, just seeing him, walk down the street, hearing him talk, you wouldn't think that he's one of the best college basketball players in the country. He enjoys reading books and buying candles, according to him, and going for walks, which, I don't know, just really cool guy. We'll be rooting for him and the Wisconsin Badgers as, dare I say, a sleeper in the NCAA March Madness tournament.